and he wanted to share. Fire, fire, fire! Have you ever given a thought to this? A fire seems less harmful when someone else's house is burning. Well, now you might see the flames. You might see the flames. You feel a bit worried. But then you look around. You're at your home. Your walls are safe. Your coffee is still hot on the table. And you are safe and secure. Well, I want to learn a lesson about fire. Curious? Let us go back to the time when my friend Samir reached out to me. When he texted me, Zayd, I need your help. Now, there is one thing you need to understand about Samir. He is that person who is always there for you when your house is burning. He is the strong one. He is the mature one. One day, he drove all the way from another city to my city at midnight just because I texted him that I was not doing well. And when he texted me that he needed my help, this was not something small. So the next day, we met at the coffee house. I remember sitting there and he was sitting across me. And I thought that something was wrong because he was not looking at me directly. And his hands were shivering, his voice was trembling, and he was not actually saying anything. After a certain amount of time, he gathered up some courage, he took a deep breath. He told me, Zayd, I was fine yesterday. And then slowly he looked at me. He really looked at me. And this man, he had a mother at his home, he had a little brother at his home. Both were dependent on him, and his dad, he had lost his dad the same month. And now he was sitting right across to me, asking for help. And do you know what I did? I started giving him a speech, a very good speech though. I started motivating him, bro, you can do it. Bro, you'll be able to manage it up there for you, you can do it. I just gave him words and speech. And he looked at me with the disappointment and said, thank you. And I slowly walked away from that coffee house. And honestly, after that, months passed, life went ahead. At my own job, I got promoted, I was living my life, I was busy, and suddenly he must have moved on to, because he was a dynamic chap, he could have done it. Then one day, I get a call from my own office. Guess who's fired now? It's me. My office people say, Zayd, your writing job, AI can't do better than you, so we are firing you just like that. And then slowly I realized that now my house was burning. It was my house that was burning now. My bills were piling up. My credit card payments were due. Fees had to be paid. And everything around me was burning. And when I looked around, when I actually looked around for help, all I heard was the same words that I had read to Samir coming back to me. Bro, you can do it, bro. Bro, you can do it. You'll be able to manage, bro. Stay positive, stay optimistic. It's terrible advice, by the way. And I saw all the same words coming back to me, like smoke, filling up the entire room, filling up my lungs. And in that moment, I felt what Samir had felt when he had met me. That was the moment, that was the turning point. And then a week later, I get a call. Guess who? It was Samir. He calls me. And the same guy who I had walked away from, the same guy who I had left in a burning house calls me and shows up. He asks me, listens to me, and when I tell about the problem that I had, he simply solves it within seconds. He clears all my pending payments, he clears all my dues, he pays my fees, he does everything. And when my house was burning, he comes with the bucket of water, he douses the fire and saves me. And then it hit me that when Samir's house was burning, I just stood there maintaining a distance. comfortable, and watching from a distance. And when my turn came to actually, and when it was my house that was burning, I suddenly started expecting help from everybody. I expected the entire street, the entire neighborhood to come with buckets of water to save me. And that was the moment, that was the turning point. Dear Toastmasters and guests, we all do this, don't we? When somebody else's house is burning, we just stand there in comfort, watching it. But then when our house starts burning, the moment our house starts burning, we expect the entire neighborhood to show up. Now I ask a question to you. Who in your life right now is standing in a burning house? And a harder question. Are you actually standing there and watching them? Or are you going to pick up a bucket and save them? A week later, one more friend of mine calls me. And the same fear, the same voice said, I'm in a crisis, I need some help right now. My first instinct was to give a speech, the same terrible advice. But then no, I controlled myself. And what I did next, I looked around. I helped him as much as possible. I took the big damn buckets. I doused the fire and I saved him. Because what I know now is that when people are in distress, they don't need advice, they don't need words. They need a hand that can show them, that can save them from that burning house. Understand?